The two head coaches, so much conversation about both of them coming into this game. 3-5 meeting 3-5. Cowboys leading by 14 points, a minute 57 left. Handoff is to the fullback Havili, and Stanley Havili is in for the touchdown. And with the extra point to come, this will be a 7-point game if Henery hits it. And then we'll have the onside kick attempt.
Just a straight handoff to Havili right up the middle, and he's able to get it. The key play, of course, being the play to Johnson that got them down to the 1-yard line.
First career touchdown for Havili. And this one hits the upright. It's still a one-score game, but a one-score game with a 2-point conversion that will need to be hit as Henery misses his first extra point of the season. Just a yank.
Wow. The snap was good, hold was good. Just, yeah, I mean, just absolutely pulled it.
8-point game. Let's go to Kurt Menefee for a game break.
Well, after going for a fake punt and converting it on 4th and 8, the Rams make it pay off. Sam Bradford, Austin Pettis hook up for the 2-yard score. Less than a minute to go. They lead it in San Francisco, 24-21. Wow. Joe, Troy, and Pam.
All right, so there's the NFC West. For the 49ers at 6-2. Seattle, their winners today, 6-4. The rest of the division is the Rams try to get their 4th win under first-year head coach, at least in St. Louis, longtime NFL head coach Jeff Fisher.
Things tighten up there in the West. That's for sure. Well, we'll see what happens now here on the onside kick attempt, and whether Henery can get a little better attempt at this than he did that extra point.
It's an 8-point game. Philadelphia with 2 timeouts left. They had to take one on a field goal try when King Dunlap left the field. Up into the air and right into the arms of a Dallas Cowboy, and it's Witten there waiting for it. Jason Witten is there, and now with just 2 timeouts remaining, the Dallas Cowboys will take over, leading by 8. Our football coverage does not end when the games are over. Stick around for the OT. Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy have extended highlights, analysis, interviews, and a look ahead to next week's action. It's America's #1 post-game show, the OT, presented by Lowe's, tonight right after the game on Fox. Handoff is to Felix Jones, and Jones is forward for a yard. Philadelphia now uses one of their 2 remaining timeouts. We'll look back. Great start for Philadelphia as Vick took him down the field, but Vick suffered a concussion. He had to leave. Nick Foles took over and completed a 44-yard touchdown pass to Jeremy Maclin, but then 3 quick scores. One on offense to Dez Bryant, a punt return by Dwayne Harris, and this interception returned for a touchdown by Brandon Carr. And with that, 2 minutes 35 seconds. It's all it took for 3 touchdowns. And what was a 2-touchdown lead, now it's an 8-point game here in Philadelphia, 2nd and 8.
Yep. You good over there, Doug? Yep. Good? 180!
Handoff is to Jones. Covering up the football. A minute 44 remaining, and now the Eagles are out of timeouts.
Yeah, now there's a decision to be made for Jason Garrett, you know, as the play caller, as to what exactly do you do here. Do you run it and then run the clock down as much as you can, in all likelihood not picking up the first down and then punting it back, or do you try to pick up the first down here and then run out the clock and win the game, you know, and run the ball?
out to Jones. He spins forward for a positive play. It's 4th down, and the clock will wind down under a minute left. The Cowboys, if they choose, can let it get down to 1 second, which would be just under a minute. Call a timeout, punt it back, and have their defense try and stop Nick Foles. Again, needing to get down the field into the end zone and then a 2-point conversion to tie. The schedule's very good for Jason Garrett's club coming out of here. Their first 8 games, they had the toughest schedule across the NFL with regard to current records. The last 8 games, the second easiest. Only the Steelers are on there as a club that's over 500 the rest of the way, and that happens in the middle of December. So talking to Romo before the game, he said if we can get a win here today, we can get on a little roll. They have Cleveland and then a Thanksgiving date with Washington the next 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, it shapes up. I mean, hey, some of these teams may be looking at Dallas like they've got an easy game coming up too. I mean, it's not, you know, they've got to start winning some games, but 5 of the last 7 at home in Dallas is huge.
Mormon to punt. LeSean Jackson is waiting for it, and Mormon wisely just drills it out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 11. So needing to go 8.
Have gotten away from the interception, return for a touchdown, but I like what I've seen of him in his first outing.
The ball wasn't snapped. That'll be a false start. Bay. Foles trying to get out of the end zone. Ball is out. Recovered by Dallas. Touchdown. Hatcher is there, and he will get credit. Anthony Spencer knocked it out, and it's the 2nd defensive touchdown of the day for the Dallas Cowboys.
DeMarcus Ware, he rushes up the field, and then he senses Foles leaving the pocket. Foles never even sees that DeMarcus is there, and then Anthony Spencer is also closing on him. The ball comes out. Tough situation on the quarterback, backed up, limited time on the clock, no timeouts, just trying to make something happen and unable to maintain possession of the ball.
So a defensive touchdown for Brandon Carr, and now as it's forced by Anthony Spencer, a defensive touchdown for Jason Hatcher. And the extra point makes it a 15-point game. Let's go back to Kurt. Another game break.
Well, the San Francisco 49ers have tied it. David Akers' 33-yard field goal evens it at 24. 3 ticks left. Looks
the turnovers and the special teams that did them in.
2 more for Philadelphia. They have 21 giveaways this season. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's back-to-back turnover-free games for Tony Romo. This one hits Havili in the face mask, and he's just able to get back on top of it. 52 seconds left here in Philadelphia. The Dallas Cowboys are on their way to a 4-5 record, and remember, we talked about it at the beginning, the Giants lost today. They've lost 2 straight. They've got 4 losses going into a bye week. So the NFC East is far from over, despite all the doomsday predictions for both these clubs during this week.
Yeah, more of a case of the Giants kind of falling back to the pack. I mean, after their big win in Dallas, they created some separation, only to then lose the next 2.
Here's Cooper out on the outside. Carter shoves him out of bounds. Cooper at 36 seconds left. Foles finds Jackson. LeSean Jackson hops out of bounds just inside the 40. Losing streak. Jackson's got a first down, and he slides forward. The clock continues to wind. 8 yards and a first down. Bonus coverage of the Rams and 49ers. Good game, obviously, as they are headed to overtime in San Francisco. As the 49ers able to get down the field and tie that game before the end of regulation.
Well, if nothing else, right here, this is good experience for Nick Foles, just to be put in this situation and see how he reacts. And we don't know exactly what the status is of Michael Vick going forward. And I don't know that it really much matters, because with this loss, I mean, as we said, they're essentially playing for next year. And I don't anticipate that Michael Vick's going to be back in Philadelphia either. I mean, all the speculation as to what this means to Andy Reid, but I can see where Nick Foles is going to be the starter here on out.
Here's a little flip back to McCoy after the catch by Deshaun Jackson. Playground time as the clock will expire. This is all a waste of time. And on top of it, Maclin gets one more hit. And the crowd lets the Eagles have it as Kyle Wilbur makes that last stop. Andy Reid is involved with his first 5-game losing streak in his 14 years in Philadelphia. Cowboys get a win. They're 4-5. Take a break, come back after this.
One of the Simpsons is living a secret life.
She's married to your dad.
Woohoo! I get 2 Christmases!
The Simpsons, all new tonight on Fox.
Hey, me